Hi cuties, if no one has told you already today, I want you to know that you are the Page of Wands. For those of you that are new, welcome, I am Jem, and in today's general reading, we're going to be discussing how does your person feel about you. So in today's reading, it's going to be very go with the flow. I'm going to be shuffling a bunch of cards, and it's going to be very intuitive based, free flow. There's no really organization, so it's just we're going to see where it takes us, this story, how this person feels about you. Disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only. You can decide your own future and you have your own free will. Know that every reader reads differently. I tend to read really honestly. And before we hop right into the reading, I want to let you guys know the different ways you can help on my channel. One is by just subscribing. That is the biggest way you can help. I also sell personal readings on my Depop. It's $10 for 30 minutes of any deck you like unlisted for your eyes only. I also have an Instagram where I post tarot card reels. And if you're feeling generous, I have an Amazon wishlist of decks that I desire. Know that any donations are extremely appreciated but not expected, and I thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Also, by the way, today's reading is going to have an 18+ extended reading of some sexual messages maybe this person is feeling about you on my Patreon. It's only for $1. I want to keep it cheap so you guys could see it. If you're interested, please stay tuned. So let's hop into your reading, my beautiful viewer. We have the Ask the Witch tarot deck here. I pre-shuffled already, so let's get some tarot cards asking, how does your person feel about you? We do have the Page of Wands to keep note of, that was on the back of the card, the deck, that I felt was quite interesting. It's basically a fire sign, and it's a beginner of passions. You could be progressing in some sort of passion of yours, and we do have a rabbit in the back here. So she's a beginner at this journey. So we're gonna continue. We're gonna get some more cards, see how this can play a part in the story. How does my beautiful viewer, our cuties here, how does their person feel about them? What are their feelings about them, their person? 2, 3. Bruh. That is so funny. Okay, we got that. Came out again. 1, 2, 3. We got the Two of Cups. Okay, it's definitely a love connection here. Definitely a potential love relationship here. The Two of Cups. Let's get another. How does your person view you? We got the Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay, and how do they, let's get 3 more cards here. How do they feel about our viewer? 1. I'm going to put it underneath here, the Two of Cups. How do they feel about our viewer? We have the Sun. There's a lot of warmth here. I made an interesting observation recently. Isn't it funny how there's no representation of like the universe or like a god or spirit guides or anything really noted here in the deck, but there's a devil. And I started thinking very thoroughly about, like, you know how there's always representations of, you know, God and then the devil or whatever. By the way, I'm not pushing any religion or anything. I'm just saying, like, isn't it interesting how there's no God? I feel like the sun, in a way, kind of represents a god, because in a scientific way, they say how the sun created everything. The sun is what, you know, keeps life and gives us life. So in a way, it's like the creator. So I thought that was interesting. And we do have a pharaoh here, and it's like a kitten pharaoh, and they used to play the role of God, and like they had that symbol, which also in back then would represent and was in the shape of a uterus, which is about in creation and, you know, creating life. And that's how they're able to, you know, play the role of God with this symbol here. So it's interesting that we got that. We'll get more into this card specifically, but I think that was something to note. What are some, let's see, what do they admire about you? What do they admire about you? 2, 3. Sorry about that. We have the 8 of Pentacles. And I didn't even mean to ask. I didn't get to ask anything. I'm going to say this as how do they see you? We have the 3 of Pentacles also came out. All right. So, let's see what we got here. So, with the first row, we have the Page of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles. How your person feels about you is you're definitely someone who's very passionate. I think I'm also getting someone who's quite patient when it comes to receiving recognition for their achievements. You could be working very tediously or very hard at a passion or some sort of vision that you see the great potential of. I think a lot of people in general just see you as someone who has a lot of great potential. This story here talks about a traveler who is in the middle of a very like empty, desertous type of land, and they look at the land and they, instead of seeing it as like, oh, there's nothing here, they see it as potential. They see it as, wow, what could be here? What a magical, you know, they see this vision and they are so passionate about it and they're so like driven to that. It's like this innocence of you know when like people hire younger interns and they're always so happy and so bright and so passionate about their career. It's like that's you. You have this like childlike innocence to this beautiful passion, like anything is possible, and it's a very like imaginative optimistic type of outlook on your passion. And many people may some people, I know I'm talking about specifically this person, but I think this person, your person that you're channeling right now, notices how other people perceive you as well as how they perceive you themselves. I think they are very inspired by you. I think this person, they may not think like you, you know, they may think very differently from you, but they see you as this type of person and they are like, wow, like this person is gonna go somewhere. This person is going to end up, you know, being very happy, well off for themselves, and in a very, this person's driven to success, and it kind of makes others envious, and jealous in a way, because you don't let things hold you back. You still push towards this potential, and even if it's like it's an opportunity, it doesn't mean that it's going to happen or that it will happen. You have no guarantee that anything will happen, but you still have this delusion almost like, and like, not to say it as like a bad thing, but you have this delusion of that it is 100% guaranteed that it's going to happen. And other people might be like, oh, this person, like being judgmental and, projecting their own fears and insecurities onto you because they are too afraid to do what you do. They are too afraid. You, no fear. No fear at all. You just continue. You already see it. You already see this vision in your head that it's like, it has to be true. And people might say it's a delusion, but to you, it's reality. It's like, this is going to happen, and it's gonna happen. And whether you fail, whether you not like you succeed, you see every failure or whatever opportunity that maybe didn't work out as a way to push you closer to this vision that you see for yourself. You see it all as a progress. You don't look at it. You look at everything very optimistically, and you have a lot of patience when it comes to your passion. Like, you may not be getting any recognition, like not much. You could be getting the bare minimum recognition, or people could also be like saying that maybe the quality of whatever you're producing isn't the greatest right now. But again, you see that as all opportunity, and that yes, it's not going to be good the first time you do it. It's going to be pretty shitty, and it's going to keep being shit. But the more I do it, the better I get at it, and the nicer it becomes. The quality will improve with time. And I think this person in particular sees that. They see you on a deeper level. They have this attraction to you. They may also see you as a little bit as untraditional, like a not very unconventional type of person. You may you're the type of person that directs themselves down a path that no one has done before. And a lot of people, it triggers a lot of people's insecurities, and it triggers a lot of people's fears. Like, every time you talk about what you're doing or where you're going, people look very pessimistically and have a lot of fear, and it's all because and jealousy, and it's all because I just cracked my finger. It's all because they wanted to do something, probably wanted to do something like that themselves, but they were too scared to do so, or they had other people telling them, no, you're not going to be able to do it. Having this very negative outlook, or they could just be very pessimistic about everything to the point where they're stuck, doing same thing over and over, never really chasing after anything because they're so worried about what other people think. You, on the other hand, don't give a fuck, which honestly, that's the way of living life, because you have to know that everybody's, opinions, everybody's negative nastiness, comments, like any negative crap that people tell you or try to push onto you or spread, that's all them. That's all stuff that they're struggling within. None of that has anything to do with you. So there's no point in taking any of their opinions in. A lot of the time when people are like, oh, like, it's not gonna work out or whatever, it's because they're dealing with fear. They're scared themselves because they feel like they weren't able to do it, like, it's all based on themselves. It's all projections. It's all insecurity. Anyways, your person may struggle with those things such as fear and insecurity. They may struggle in particular when it comes to, what is this? The Knight of Cups talks about worrying about their appearance, more specifically, like how they're being viewed by others, or like needing the validation or seeking the validation from others, like needing their approval. Your person may struggle with that, my beautiful viewer, but I think this person admires you for not caring, and no matter the negative comments, no matter whatever, you continue forward. I think it's almost like you're a goddess. Like, this person views you, this person's very attracted to you, this person's very attracted to you, and they see this as also a mutual attraction. They think, they know, they feel like you also are attracted to them. It's like a mutual thing. And whether you expressed it or not, this person definitely knows that the attraction to the two of you, between the two of you, is mutual. I think this person also feels like you heal their inner child. Like, they may appreciate how childlike you are, like the innocence you have. It's very, you have this sweetness to you, this kindness, this patience. You're very patient when it comes to your craft and skill, and this person sees that you're working towards it. They see you as like this goddess, this pharaoh. You see how the pharaoh's in the sun. It's like they see you as this warmth. Maybe when you guys hug, or maybe you never hugged this person. This person just imagines you to be like this nice, warm embrace. Like, they see you as someone who's very warm. That's what I'm getting from like the sun here. And you may have some sort of significance about sunflowers, but this person sees like this childlike innocence to you, and they're very attracted to that, because I think they maybe struggled with their inner child, or maybe never really had a childhood, and you bring that out of them. This, it's almost like, again, like a delusion. It's not really acknowledging the suffering of life, but in a way it's like a happy, optimistic way of looking at life, like being hopeful. And what is life without optimism and happiness? Happiness is very important. If you're gonna be pessimistic all the time, of course you're never gonna be happy. You have to believe. The more you believe something to be true, the more you believe or see a vision of what you want for the future, the more of the chance you have to see it and envision it in order to achieve it, and figure out a way of how to exactly get to that point and that place in life. If you don't think about it, if you just constantly, say, I'm never going to get there, I'm always pessimistic, of course you're going to hold yourself back. Of course you're not going to ever get there, because you don't believe it. You don't believe it. You have to be able to believe it. You have to be able to see it. You have to be able to, even if you don't see anything at all, no progress, nothing, no, you continue to push through. Because if you continue, you'll never know when the next, you never know when this first, what the fuck is the word called? I need to work on my English. I'm so bad at speaking, it's incredible. You never know when the next, explosion of recognition, explosion of achievement will be. I guess that's the best way that I could put it. You never know. You may be receiving every single day no recognition, no likes, no following, no appreciation, nothing, not even payment. But then you never know, the next day could be have a million likes on Instagram and everybody's watching your video and it blew up. You know, you never know when the next blow up is. And you might be literally a day away, and just for you to give up, like, you have to continue to push no matter what. I'm sorry, I'm getting like preachy. It's kind of annoying, but I'm gonna move forward. This person sees your drive, this person sees your discipline, this person sees your patience. You have a lot of patience towards your passions, towards your drives, and you don't give up. You have this childlike innocence, you have this vision to life, you romanticize life, you see things for their potential, and you see life as limitless potential. There's always potential for something bigger, better, and greater. And that's how you view life. And this person sees you as someone who views life like that. This person also sees you as someone who's very attractive, has this straight up goddess. You're so beautiful. You have this warmth, this childlike play to you. You might literally be playful. This person sees your relationship with this person as a mutual attraction. The Knight of Cups talks about it said vanity. Hold on. I think it's vanity, and this section is a little bit negative. I think there could have been someone that, like, maybe more of a negative thing here is, I think this person like, their negative look on to you is that people may find it difficult to work with you just because of your attention to detail and attention to this vision that you see. I think you could be someone, like, this is an image of these people working on a cathedral, and they're working to get this thing built, and it's like a team effort. But I think with it in reverse talks about how, like, someone takes control and doesn't allow, like, other influences or other opinions, or just someone who is very difficult to work with when it comes to a vision, because of someone who has such a set vision. You have such a set vision, and I think this person might see you as someone, or sees you as or sees others may view you as someone who's a little bit difficult to work with. Knight of Pentacles. But again, this is their opinion of you. This could be their perceived notions, and it could be also coming from a place of insecurity due to maybe feeling like their work isn't good enough to be vocal about their visions, or maybe they feel like this could also be an insecurity. This said Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles also talked about conflict of interests. There was a section here that talked about mutual interests, like having a very mutual interests to life. I think this person feels like you guys may have a lot of similar passions, have a lot of similar drives, and this person is like, I want to follow in their footsteps, I want to, follow with them, but there's a couple things that we have conflict on when it comes to more specifically about those interests. We disagree on how this cathedral should be put up. Like, maybe you both like interior design, but one person likes to do it one way, the other person likes to set up the couch another way, and it's like constantly like butting heads with their vision. You two may have similar visions, but it's like a constant conflict of interest. Someone could be a little bit disorganized. They may see you as someone who's a little bit disorganized. Maybe you are a little bit disorganized when it comes to your vision. Like maybe there needs to be a little bit more organization, or that's just, you know, their opinion. This person may be someone who's very organized, your person, my viewer. And the Knight of Cups here, let's get some more cards too. Let's just get the Knight of Cups and then we'll get some more cards. This is just the overall story right here. Where's the cups? We have Vanity, Capricushiness, Caprin, oh my god, cowardness. So Vanity talks about like needing recognition, especially like more based on like their appearance. Like you could be someone who maybe posts pictures of yourself. You may post like maybe sexual photos or like more sexy photos online, and maybe this person's insecurity is that, oh, like this person is, you know, insecure and they need like validation from men or something. That could be a deep insecurity they may have, like that they project onto you, because maybe that's what they want to do. Like maybe they want to show off their body. Maybe they want to like have the balls to take photos of them sexy, you know, and post on Instagram. But because they maybe feel like they can, or that they limit themselves, like that could be a thing of jealousy, is that maybe they're jealous that you have the freedom to do what it is that you want. And Capricushiness, or whatever the fuck that word is, talks about having similar interests. So this person like having a mutual interest in things, and this person may be like to do the same things as you, like maybe specifically like taking photos or posting some sort of maybe social media presence, but they, in that specific topic that you both share, they want to do things a little bit differently. So that could be where the butting of heads can come into play. All right. How does this person, let's talk a little bit more about the story, and then we're going to get some words, some message cards. What more specifically does this person feel? And can we talk about what specific passion, what specific passion are we talking about? This could be a friend too. It doesn't have to be a love interest, but it could definitely be a love interest, because it talks about potentially being a friend. This person may see you as someone who's very lucky and, sorry, they could be a little bit shocked that you don't have a lot of recognition and that your luck, they could also believe that, you're very lucky and you tend to have a lot of good luck, but maybe they feel like your luck is going to come soon. Again, like you're going to have some sort of, we have 8-8 here, abundance. Like there's going to be some sort of profit or some sort of recognition you're going to get soon, and this person is like shocked already that you haven't already received it. Like this person knows that you're already going to be, you know, you're going to get this recognition soon. They're just like shocked because they know that you're lucky, and they're just shocked that you haven't already received it. Like they're like, how is this person not already famous? Or already has $1 million, you know, dollars, or already has like everything that they've ever wanted. How is that possible? They see you as someone who's very abundant. We have 8-8 here. 8 is the number of abundance, and you have a lot of fruit to bear. Like there's a lot of abundance here, and you already see the potential of abundance with whatever it is that you're chasing after. And this person sees you as someone who has already a lot of abundance to come. Like they see the potential in you. Let's get another card. We have philosophy here. There could be some sort of mutual attraction to some sort of philosophy in life. Like maybe you guys share a similar way, a similar mentality in things, like maybe the way of seeing life, or the way of thinking about life, or some sort of mental clarity you both may share about life. It could be like stoicism, I think. Maybe Confucianism, just like a way, like some sort of like way of life, philosophy of life. 1, 2. You guys may think a lot about life together. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. What did we get here? We have the planet Jupiter. Let's see what Jupiter represents here. Jupiter, one of the social planets, Jupiter rules idealism, optimism, and expansion. It's also very philosophical. How fucking funny is that? That's just a confirmation right there. If I had a bell, I'd ring it. Jupiter could be, the planet Jupiter could be very significant towards this reading. Maybe there's, I'm not really sure about the whole astrological thing. I want to learn more about it, but maybe the planet Jupiter currently at this time is making some sort of change, and that could be a reason to why it's playing a part. Whatever time you're watching this video, maybe there's something to do about this, the planet Jupiter, that's making an impact on this reading. But it's a very social planet. It says it rules idealism, optimism, and expansion. And I think you are in that time period of your life. This person sees you're in that time period, and you could be someone who's very philosophical. You're very, you make a lot of ideas. You have a lot of ideas. You're very idealistic. You're very optimistic, and you're gonna make great expansion. And you're very philosophical. Let's get 2 more. 1. There's some delusion, illusion. It's almost like you're you have to be a little bit delusional. You have to be literally delusional in order to delusion up something. You gotta make some magic, use some witchcraft, some magic to make this illusion reality, this delusion reality. You have to be a little crazy. You have to mentally not see your reality the way it is right now, but see it as what it could be in the future. How could this be better? How could I make this better? And slowly but surely figure out a way on how to get there. It's you need to be a little bit crazy in order to get what you want in life. There could be some sort of sickness. Maybe you're dealing with some sort of sickness right now that might be pulling you back right now or holding you back. There could be a little bit of lack of creation, right now at this moment. Maybe you've been struggling with creating or staying consistent with whatever passion you're working hard towards, but I think overall you're still being patient and still working with this, even though you may be sick. Let's get 1 more and then we'll pull some other cards. 1, 2. Oh. Also, you could be someone who has many different passions, many different hobbies. You could be someone who, not someone who just sticks to one thing. You may have a whole plethora of different paths, different opportunities to direct yourself in. And there could be a lot of different things you're working very hard towards, many different paths. And this person sees you as you're just a power source, a power cell, that the powerhouse cell, the mitochondria, where it's you work so hard, and everywhere you turn, there's different opportunities, there's different possibilities. And you're working, it's you're expanding your arms and legs down every path. And seeing what catches first. Literally, what he's doing. You see how his hands are expanding? It's somebody who wants to be, the Renaissance man wants to be great at everything. It reminds me, it's funny because it reminds me of The The Sims 4. Have you ever played Sims 4? It's this, you play as a sim and you have all these different skills, and it's a lot of the time you could work on one skill, but you also increase all these other skills as well. It's you are dedicated to increase your skills in every single aspect of your life. So this person sees you as someone who's very open and very passionate about many different things. All right, let's get now your tarot. I meant your oracles. Let's put them on the side here. We have the Luna Mouth. We have the Otter. This is supposed to represent you. These two things. I think this person also sees you as someone who's very mysterious. Maybe you didn't show much of your hobbies or shown off your hobbies as much as people would expect others to. Like maybe you kind of kept things a little bit hidden, but now you could be someone who's showing off many different things. We have the illusion card here. Sorry, I didn't show it yet. But you could be someone who's very mysterious. You may not tell people what you do, or you may not share with everybody your passions, but people are noticing it anyways. We have notice and burn here. Your person watches you from afar. This person notices that you are very passionate about many different things. This person sees you on social media. This person sees your patience. This person sees your drive. They may see you as someone who's a little bit crazy, sees you as someone who's a little bit delusional, but they're like, we already knew that this person's gonna make it far. Like, I already know, like, this person's, like, how is this person not already famous? Like, that's their idea, like, the way they see this. They also see this as, like, something that may be holding you back a bit. Maybe that's the reason to why they're like, you know, maybe this person's sick, or maybe this person is dealing with something that's holding them back a bit, that's keeping them from, what is it called? Like creating mass production of whatever content or whatever you're putting out. It's like whatever you're creating, whatever you're mastering, they're like, why hasn't this person like made a mass production of this yet? Like, why haven't you pushed like your hardest yet? Like, this person's like, there must be something holding you back a bit. That something's burning within you, and it's like, you need to let go of whatever's holding you back and fully push. Make a push. I think that's like a piece of advice this person wants to tell you. We have the Seeker, which is so funny because look at the Page of Wands and look at the Seeker here. It's like, again, going through this desert. And it's so funny how we talk about, like, we talked about the Pharaoh, and that's like in Egyptians, and we got like the pyramids here. It looks like the desert, and they're traveling through the desert. You have a thirst for wisdom, and you want to seek truth wherever you go. You seek the truth, and you want to, it's almost like you want to know more about everything. You want to deep dive into every little thing, and maybe you may have so many passions that you struggle with focusing on one thing. And that could be another thing that maybe that's, this person's like, try to focus on a few things rather than everything at once. We have the Otter here, so, and then we have the Luna Star. Let's have this thing focus on us a bit. Please focus on this. There you go. It's still too bright. Why is this? So, God, it's so annoying. Focus on this stupid fucking thing, please. Alright, so the Otter is basically a water puppy, like a water dog. They're basically the dogs of the ocean. The puppies of the ocean. You could be a water sign or maybe an air sign that's significant, but with the otter here, it says playful contentment, obstructed joy. When out of balance, gloomy sighs make silly excuses. This person may be feeling like you're making excuses to why you may aren't like to why you may not be creating mass production. You may not be pushing as hard as you could because of maybe the sickness or whatever, something that maybe is getting in your way, and this person sees that something has gotten in your way, and this person's like, why? This person is like, this person wants to see you go and see you succeed. This person's very optimistic, and they see you already famous. Like, they already see you as someone who's like, you know, there. So they're like, you just need to put your all into this, and you will be able to get it. And this person's like, stop making silly excuses, put your all into this, and go get it. Literally, like, go get it. You got it. This could be like maybe one of your friends that's saying this, or love interest that's saying this. But they see you as someone who's full of life. You don't ever really need anything. You're kind of like content with life. You're very joyful. You're very playful. You are basically the puppy of the water. You could be a water sign. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. We have Luna Moth. The Luna Moth here represents a Luna moth lives for only a short time. Within that period, they mate, they eat, and then they die, only to have their offspring carry their legacy. This unique color attracts much interest. Their wings appear to glow, and they have circles that look like moons on them. Some cultures associate with the Luna moth with the symbol of transformation and change. Other cultures suggest the Luna moth represents a person's soul leaving a possible dead body. No matter where you place the Luna moth, spiritual virtue, it is a stunning specimen of Lepidoptera. I don't know what that is. It's time to make a transfer. It's time to transform bad habits into good ones. Take a healthy break from your obsessions to gain revaluations. I think this person may feel like you are taking a step back from this obsessiveness to your passion a bit. Like, you may be taking a break, and this person might be saying, like, you like to take healthy breaks, you like to have maybe this balance of having breaks and working, but this person's like, why don't you just give it your all, push as hard as you can, but also avoid burning yourself out. Just push as hard as you can, and you can transform these, make it a habit, make it a good habit of putting all you got into these passions, whatever it is you're chasing after. They may also see you as someone who's very transformable. You might be someone who's very you make a lot of transformations. You may change a lot through life. You might be constantly thinking better than what you did before, or being physically better than where you were before. It's like every time someone looks at you, it's like you were better than where you were before. It's like you're constantly improving and growing, and everybody that sees that, this person in particular that sees that, they're like, it's like every time I look at you, you're better off. You're a million times better than where you were before. This person, it's like they can't stop watching. They can't stop watching you. It's like you are the moth, or they're a moth to your flame. they can't stop looking. Like, no, even if it like hurts, it's like they can't stop looking. They can't stop looking. They can't stop because they want to see where you end up. They want to see where you go. No matter how hard they try to maybe to stop watching you, they just can't help it and want to continue to watch you, and they watch you from afar. They notice you. They notice your change. They see this change and they're like, this person is, next time I see them, they're going to be a million times better than where they were before. Okay, so let's get some messages now, and then we'll get some words and some charms, and then that will be the end of your reading. Let's see, what are some messages this person would like to say to our beautiful viewer? 1, 2, 3. You mean the world to me. This person may not say it out loud, but you mean the world to them. You mean a lot to them. You are literally like the goddess in their light. You are this bright sun. They may feel like they're nothing without you, no joke, and that's a little bit toxic to say, but it's like you are their sun. You are their god, like this goddess. Like you can't live without a sun, and this person literally feels like they can't live without you. It's like they need you to survive. Two, 3. Where is your head at? They may be wondering what's going on in your life, or where are you at right now? Like, what are you thinking right now? They may want to like talk to you. We have, you are so beautiful. This person maybe feels like, again, every time I look at you, it's like, I can't keep my eyes off you. This person could be really into the way you look, and they may find you very attractive. 1, 2, 3. This doesn't have, hold on, let's get another card. 1, 2. I love when you're vulnerable. Maybe this person really likes to have deep conversations with you, and they love how innocent and, patient and loving. It's like, it's almost like, how they talk about there's the ego and then there's like the child, the inner child. You don't really have like an ego. You don't really have this chase for like needing to be rewarded, or, you don't need any recognition for your passions. Like, you don't need people to notice you. You don't need the validation. And you're someone who's like, when people talk to you, or like when people open up to you, or when people are vulnerable, you don't take things, you don't like respond with your ego. You don't like allow your ego to control you, or your insecurities to control you. It's like you always are your most genuine, innocent, nurturing, loving self. It's like this inner child that is super patient, loving, and this person sees you that way. 1, 2, 3. Do you even care? Maybe there's been some time apart between the two of you, and this person may wonder if you still care about them. They may wonder if, like, are you still thinking about them? There could be definitely some sort of space. Oh, we have, I just need space. Maybe you needed space from this person. 1, 2, 3. Sorry that it's a little bit difficult to see. My family's toxic. This person may struggle with a toxic family. You may struggle with a toxic family. Maybe this person, your person, is currently struggling with family issues, and that could be something that they maybe want to talk to you about. Or that's how they're feeling. I miss you. This person could really miss you. All right. Let's see some other messages. I want to pull one of each. Let's get one love card, one of these love cards. Give me love card 1, 2, 3. Ooh, this card came out. Stalks you. This person may stalk your social media. This person may stalk what you're doing online. What is something this person maybe wants to say to you? We've got a communication deck. 2, 3. Heartless. Consider other feelings. Maybe this person feels like you're heartless. Maybe you've been focusing more on yourself rather than focusing on how other people may feel about a certain situation. And I don't take it as like, oh, you're heartless, oh, you're cold. It's more of like they see you putting yourself first. They see that you're not trying to sacrifice everything all the time for others, putting your needs aside, putting all your crap aside, constantly wanting to fix the other person, help the other person, make the other person feel better, you know, putting everything that you need for yourself aside. That's their responsibility, not yours. That's their problems, not yours. And I know that could be considered selfish, or that could be whatever, blah, blah, blah. No matter how hard you try to fix or like help somebody else's problems, the more you try to hold on that grasp and try to help somebody else, the less they have the space to be themselves and to figure out their own problems for themselves. They're not going to change unless they have the space to do so. Or they're not going to solve their problems or their issues unless they have the space to do so. So sometimes it's better to always focus on yourself, focus on what it is that you want. Because if you put someone else's happiness before your own, then what's the point of living when you're miserable? Like, you're just going to be miserable, you know? Your happiness is the most important to you, and you shouldn't put your happiness aside for anybody else. And this person sees you as someone who's putting your needs first. We have, I didn't even mean to take this one, but we have twins. There are 2 of you, your subconscious and conscious mind. So that could be something significant about you in general. Like, there could be like something in particular about your subconscious and conscious mind where there's 2 things going on at once, or that could be literally a metaphor between you and this person. You guys may be like twins. It's like your connection with this person is so tied to each other that it's like it feels like twins. Let's get a work card, a career card, or an earth sign card. We get another one. 1, 2. We have work harder, not smarter. People could see you as someone who works smarter, not harder on things. Like, maybe you found this way of creating things, or the way you work very smart rather than, you know, burning yourself out and creating, like, making yourself like miserable. Like, you work smarter and make things easier for yourself. 1. Let's get a word that describes how this person sees you, like maybe your relation to them, what type of relationship you are to them. We have fiance. This person wants to definitely, they could be your fiance, or they could be also a possible manager. This person could possibly be, or wants to be, your future fiance. This person may want to marry you or be with you in the future. Let's get an emotion card. That'll be the last card we get. What are their emotions towards our beautiful viewer? 2, 3. We have taking advantage. Maybe this person feels like you took advantage of them. or maybe they feel like they weren't treated fairly or appreciated, or maybe they feel like you're taking advantage of some sort of situation, or maybe they feel like they're taking advantage of the situation of being able to maybe watch you from afar and stalk your profile. I'm not really sure what taking advantage means to this story, so I guess this is something that you would have to take to your own interpretation. All right, let's get some charms and words. There's not really much that I pulled, like, word-wise. This person you may not talk a lot to this person, or your communication with the person may be very minimal. Oh, this one came out. We have a C. A C came out. That could be someone's initial in particular. We have SOCGBMAP. So all of those could be initials. There could be someone in particular that is an Aquarius that's significant to this reading. We have the number 4, which talks about structure, stability, and groundedness. We have S, could be an initial. We also have a violin here. Maybe someone plays the violin. That's significant to this reading. We have flu. Maybe you got the flu or someone had the flu that maybe held them back. We have Easter. There could be the time period of Easter could be significant. We have battlefield. Maybe it's like, I just thought love is a battlefield. That song, maybe that's a song you want to listen to. I also thought of the game Battlefield could be significant. We have LOC. Lock, I just thought of. This could just be significant, like maybe someone's initials. We have a little branch stem here. This makes me think of growth, like growing, changing, a lot of growth happening. We have a little like Tinkerbell on a star. Tinkerbell could be significant, or like maybe you're literally like a star. This makes me think of like also, have you ever seen like a musician sitting on the stage where there's like some sort of like star that they sit on and they are singing and it like floats down? Like for some reason that's what I'm envisioning with this charm. You could be like maybe a singer or a music writer or something in particular that could be significant with that. We have Aquarius came out again. So Aquarius is definitely very significant. This makes me think of going with the flow, windmill. It's like it goes with the flow. Maybe someone feels that also someone could feel in particular that someone is very emotionally is affected emotionally very easily. Like their mood is constantly changing, and their mood is constantly like easily affected. And that was another thing that I got from these cards that talked about their emotions are easily flipped-flopped, and someone's like, it talked about like someone who, it's almost like they put so much of themselves onto their surroundings rather than themselves, and it's almost like they take everything around them into them in personally. Like when someone's like angry, or if their surrounding is angry, then they're angry. It's like they're constantly being controlled by their emotions with whatever's happening in their surrounding area, rather than being emotionally grounded and knowing that their emotions are their emotions and other people's emotions aren't your emotions. It's theirs emotions, not yours. So there could be some sort of difficulty with having that, or they could be easily emotionally influenced or emotionally controlled. Like, for example, if something triggers them, instead of like being self-aware and noticing that something triggered you, doesn't mean that they intentionally try to trigger you, or you shouldn't let this thing bother you because that's not your belief, that emotion is not your emotion. It's like they don't think that, they just immediately are like, okay, well now I'm angry. I'm angry because you're angry, you know? It's like they're easily emotionally controlled. So there's something about that. I don't know why that made me think of that, but this made me think of like, not being like emotionally fluid. It's kind of like, what is that expression where it's like their emotions blow with the wind, or I don't know. That for some reason made me think that. We have a little lucky charm here in this 4-leaf clover. This person could think you're very lucky. We have chemicals. I just thought of chemical romance. There could be some sort of significance about chemicals. We have jingle. Maybe you are someone who made like a jingle, like some sort of jingle that got significant. We have a cat here. There could be something significant about a white cat with pink paws. We have G. We have love, 2 hearts here. Maybe someone feels like they're giving more love than the other. We have this arrow through the heart. This makes me think of like a heartbreaker. Cupid's bow, like a crush. We have B. We have another fairy here. There could be something about fairies. We have MA or MW, AM, maybe something early in the morning, something significant about the AM. We have backtrack. Maybe someone feels like they want to backtrack to way things were. We have BP. I just thought of beer pong. We have illiterate. Someone that maybe has a loss for words or struggles to speak. We have diamond. I think this person definitely wants to marry you. We have fur. They maybe felt like they were taken advantage of, but they still have a lot of love for you. Maybe they feel like they're taking advantage because maybe they struggle to... this gave me a really good one. Maybe this is someone that you maybe had a little bit of a falling out with, and you put yourself first, and you may be someone that is constantly like you focus more on yourself and what it is that you want than rather making other people happy. Because if you can't make everybody happy. If you try to focus on making everybody happy, you know, you're going to be miserable because it's not possible. You can't make everybody happy. And I think you may focus, you know, more on yourself. You're like, what makes me happy? You maybe had a falling out with the person because maybe you put yourself first rather than this other person's feelings. And this person maybe got upset or hurt, or maybe was like, oh, this person's heartless, this person's cold, you know, they took advantage, but they still, you know, want you, they still like you, they still maybe even see you as a fiance, they still see you as someone that they want. And they may struggle with taking things too personally and taking things to heart. This person maybe still stalks your social media, but it's like they take things so personally. They also could be very emotionally controlled. Like maybe they, like when you're angry or if you're having your own bad day, it's like they get a bad day then. You know, it's like they're very not emotionally mature. Like they're very not emotionally grounded or stable. Their mood is constantly flopping. And their mood changes very drastically. Okay, that is all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I'm gonna do a pick a card reading next, so please feel free to check out the little post. I'm gonna make a post right after I post this about what pick a card reading should I do next, so feel free to vote. I also am going to do an 18 plus reading, 18 plus extended reading for this individual reading. If you're interested in checking that out, it's going to be on my Patreon. Here is the little link if you want to look at it. It's only $1. And yeah, we're going to get into some maybe 18 plus messages this person may have for you. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in one of my next ones. Bye!